Well, it's the next day, and I was gonna work on my bike, but instead of doing that, I've decided to have a complete panic attack mental breakdown and leave the state on my motorcycle instead.
See you later, Florida! We have escaped the wang of America! I don't know where I'm going. I guess I'll figure it out when I get there.
What's up, weirdo? Shadetree Surgeon here up at Brapstar Garage, and today we're going to start on the raspberry buffet. It's time to get this Goldwing back into fighting shape. Well, you'll notice I said start because I'm doing this new thing where I try to be more organized and more realistic, and being realistic about something means saying, I'm going to start this today. I'm not finishing it today. And for sure I know I'm not finishing it today because today I'm going to try to remove the rear wheel, which necessitates removing the bag, all of which is something I've never done on this motorcycle before. I've done it on the 1500, but they are two very, very different bikes that don't really share a whole lot of stuff besides a name. And I'm definitely not going to finish it because today is Shay Lisi's birthday, so I'm basically working on this until it's time to go party with her. But as they say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, baby. So let's take the first bite out of this Goldwing. As you guys know, the issue with this thing is I'm getting a clunking from the rear end, and I'm hoping all that means is that the final drive splines need to be lubed. They use a special kind of Molly lube. It's called like Honda Molly 70 or something like that, or 77. The fact that they're clunking really isn't a good sign. It really means that it might have already worn to the point of being damaged, which I hope is not the case, but with a used bike, you never know. And the previous owner had receipts saying that he had had them lubed, but someone else did the work. The receipt saying that someone else had to be, who knows what the actual truth is? Who knows if they use the actual Honda Molly on it too, because what I saw was that if you don't use the proper grease on these splines, it will just fling off and be gone. Luckily, taking this bag off and taking the rear wheel off looks like it's a little bit easier than on the GL 1500 because this bag is not attached to the top case like it is on the GL 1500, so looks like this just comes off all by itself, which is a good thing for me. So let's get into it, and as always with every single Goldwing experience ever, the first step is always remove the seat. Okay, we'll see how true this ends up being, but so far this looks like it's going to come off a lot easier than my GL 1500 bag, which will be the first thing on the GL 1200 that's easier than the 1500. Usually everything's easier than the 1500, but it really just looks like I got to disconnect a brake light, take off 4 bolts, and take this bag off. Of course, sometimes with Goldwings, things aren't quite as simple as they seem. Let's find out. What's funny is if I really wanted to prove a point, I literally could have done this entire job with the toolkit that came with this Goldwing. It is so thorough in all the pieces that it has in it, you could probably disassemble the entire motorcycle to the frame with the stock Honda toolkit. Well, it's held in with Velcro. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off just so it's not lying back here. Is it really that easy? Wow, it really is that easy. Holy mackerel, that is so much easier than the 1500. Wow, dude. This is the first thing I've come across that's easier on the 1200 than on the 1500, and it's easier by a lot. Wow, that's easier too, and this whole thing just disconnects, well, except for this, which looks like it's aftermarket, of course. This whole thing, if I didn't have this aftermarket doohickey on there, would just come right off. Oh yeah, that's definitely not supposed to be like that. This is some hinky stuff right here. I'm gonna have to cut that. I don't mind aftermarket stuff, especially on Goldwings. A lot of it's cool, but if you're gonna solder in connections that go into the bag that are then non-removable, like, I don't know, man, that just seems like kind of a bad idea. Talk about extra crappy. Now these aren't soldered in, at least they're removable, but they use these really cheesy like blade connectors. These are the things that like cross over and like put a little guillotine through the other wire. This is some really shoddy stuff, and I definitely won't even be reconnecting these using these. Okay, I had to set the camera down for a second so I could actually get one open so you could see inside in case you've never seen these things before. But you see in there, it actually uses like this weird little guillotine to cut into the stock wiring. So you're basically cutting a big gouge into your stock wiring instead of just soldering things in like a normal human being. Or even better, using a connector. This is really, really bad stuff. I will tell you that was surprisingly easy to get to. So far, so good. We'll see how well this keeps up, but I'm pretty impressed. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the brake caliper off right now. I also went ahead and decreased all the air pressure to the rear shocks.
Come on, you son of a bitch.
Pads look pretty good, but it does look like they are wearing unevenly to me. Could mean I should probably go ahead and rebuild this rear caliper too. They might be dragging. This inside pad, the pad on the piston side, definitely looks like it's got a lot more wear than the outside pad. Well, since these bags ended up being so easy to take off, I went ahead and just loosened this up and pulled it aside just so I can get at the shock that attaches to the rear final drive a little bit easier, and also unbolt the bolts that bolt that thing into the drive shaft. So, I mean, they literally are 4 bolts and they come off, so why the hell not at this point? Taking the bag off just to make something a little bit easier, something I wouldn't even consider on the 1500. Now that I have the final drive loosened but still attached, I'm going to go ahead and loosen up these axle nuts and then pull the axle out. Oh, sorry, it's got a differential on the other side. Loosen up the one axle stay and not the other one because there is a whole drive shaft assembly on the other side. Dirt. Well, let me tell you boys, there's a reason why we always keep a couple of spare fork tubes lying around, and it's exactly for a situation like this. Yeah, success. There we go. All right, I run into a little bit of problem. I can't really get the axle past the exhaust, so I need to lift up this rear tire, and there might be a better way to do this, but I'm just going to use a ratchet strap. Hey, look at that, it worked. There might be an easier way, but this way worked for me. How long is this freaking axle? Holy crap. Okay, Jesus. All right, I think we might be free. I'm hoping that these things come out right here for that back part to come off to get the wheel off. Let's see. That would be very helpful if they did. Hey, that's a good thing to see. Hey, that's pretty handy. Hey, wow, yeah, that is, there is no grease in there at all. Wow. So, I don't know if that matters, but that's where it actually hooks into the drive shaft itself, and it is dry as a freaking bone in there. Looks like there was some sort of red material in there at one point that has since turned to dust. The rear wheel is off. The final drive, I hope that that's the issue. The inside of it looked like it had grease. I think that's where the clicking sound or the slop usually comes from. The splines on the drive shaft and where it goes into the final drive, they look pretty good, although very, very dry. But this is gonna have to wait for another day because it's Shay's birthday. So let's head back to the homestead and eat some homemade sushi. All right, it's Shay's birthday. We're here at Mikasa Brapstar, Sukasa Brapstar, everybody's house Brapstar. But there's one thing we came here to do on Shay's birthday, and that is to measure Nico's bicep. I brought my soft tape out. Let's figure it out. Shay, you hold the camera. I'm gonna do the measuring. I've seen Nico before. There's a place you've seen him, and that was him checking himself out in the mirror in one of Shay's videos.
How big is my waist?
Like 30 inches is like a big fuck. That's
27 and a half, baby.
arm. That's freaking crazy.
28. Oh, dude, he's already making excuses. He's already making excuses, dude.
I was like,
Damn, dude. All right.
I have to stand
Yeah, it's your birthday. You gotta work.
film on my
All right.
birthday.
Dude, have you fucking eaten any salt today?
Yes.
Have you lifted anything?
Yes.
Oh well, you got no excuses
I just
then,
did
dude.
like
This is the
15
dude.
push-ups.
This is the tail of the tape, baby. Give us the real flex. All right.
Shay, I broke my bed rest.
What are we doing?
Here with you.
Oh no, Nico, you're not gonna like this. 16 inches. That's it. That's all you got.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
This is more push.
You know, I mean,
Regular.
Yeah, maybe you should have
passable.
more
It's passable. I thought you would at least bust out in the 20s for Shay's birthday, but like, whatever, dude. I guess you don't love her that much. The first person that posts 20-inch or up biceps for Shay's birthday gets a free sticker pack.
I'm glad you said that.
Actually, anything over 16 inches. We'll do that, Nico. Anything. The first person to post anything over 16 inches is gonna get a free sticker pack, as packed up by the Shot Goblin.
I want some real freaks in nature. Show me some like.
Tag the Shot Goblin in anything bigger than Nico's pathetic 6. Nico's pretty strong. I don't want to mess with him too much. Well, it's the next day, and I was going to work on my bike, but instead of doing that, I've decided to have a complete panic attack mental breakdown and leave the state on my motorcycle instead. When you've got a gold wing, you can do stuff like that. See ya!
Well, I guess there are worse things to do with manic energy than hop on your gold wing, point it in direction, and just go. I currently have no idea where I'm going. I'm just going. I'm pointing my motorcycle out of Florida because I'm feeling wild. I'm feeling crazy, and I don't know what to do with this energy. So I'm going to channel it into moving, into traveling, into feeling good, into having purpose. I don't know where I'm going. I guess I'll figure it out when I get there. Travis Tritt, take me on out of this state, all right? Escape from the Wang. Swamp Wizards, ho! Been lucky with the rain so far. Almost out of Florida here, and it's starting to look a little grim. Let's rock and roll, baby. I want out of Florida. Can you believe I'm just allowed to do this? Can you believe I'm allowed to just point my motorcycle out of Florida and just go? I feel like, shouldn't somebody stop me? Isn't there an adult going to be around to be like, hey, you shouldn't do this? It's like, no, man, I could just go. It's like, that's the beauty of a $1,500 gold wing, that I can just plant my ass on this thing, fill it full of gas, and leave. I'm out of here, man. I mean, there's just nothing stopping me, you know? And nothing stopping me from ruining my life either. I mean, hey, at any point, you can just walk out into the street, do half a backflip, and totally wreck your shit, all right? Nobody's stopping you. Is it a good idea? I don't know. But you can do it. That's freedom, baby, and I intend to be free. I still have no idea where I'm going. I guess I'll figure it out once I get out of Florida. Or maybe I won't figure it out. Maybe I'll just keep going till I don't know. Maybe I'll never know where I'm going. I just really don't know right now, but I'm enjoying crushing some miles. I know that. See you later, Florida. We have escaped the Wang of America. And when I say we, I mean the royal me and the Bangkok bagger. Welcome to Georgia, baby. Shit, home of the Georgia peach. Let me tell you something about a peach. Old shade tree surgeon could eat a peach for hours. I said I'd figure out where I was gonna go once I got out of Florida, but now that I've crossed the Georgia state line, I'm still not feeling any. I feel inspired, but I feel no inspiration. Maybe in another couple 100 miles I'll figure it out. Oh, wherever I'm going, it's straight into this freaking storm, so I better find a place to pull over and take my GoPro off. Looks like I'm getting soaked. Ooh, thunder and lightning, baby. It's like I'm in a Meatloaf song. Hell yeah. Now, man, it ain't a motorcycle trip unless you're getting soaked, all right? Let's do it, baby. Bat out of hell. Into the gates of Mordor. This looking rough. Hey, who doesn't love a little challenge, all right? It's hoping for an exit, but I think I'm just going to have to pull over to the side of the road and take my GoPro off. Because last time I had it in the rain, it didn't fare so well. Well, I think I have my destination. Rain was not as bad as it could have been. I'm pretty sure I'm going to deal with more before this trip is over. I literally just put my GoPro back on and look up here, and it's freaking absolutely pouring. Whoops. Well, I'm going to attempt to head to Helen. Oh, Jesus. So on my failed trip on the FXR, which may turn into a failed trip on my Goldwing if I can't make it through this rain. Well, guys, about to take the GoPro back off that I just put back on. All right. Oh, maybe we can get a few miles without rain. That would be nice. as I was saying, on the redemption run, I finally decided where I'm going, and it's back to Helen, Georgia, to finish what the Krusty Glide started on the mail order glide, on the Bangkok Bagger. Of course, even though this bike only costs $1,500 and it's never a guarantee that it's going to make it anywhere, I'm pretty certain that this is going to make it to Athens. Wait, not Athens, Helen, to Helen, Georgia. Oh no, sometimes you just get a wild hair on your ass and you got to see some mountains. I don't know what to tell you. Yesterday I was working on bikes and eating sushi and drinking beer, and today I'm on the road, baby. I am very unprepared for anything. I pretty much just grabbed an extra pair of socks, an extra pair of pants, and I freaking left, all right? But that's kind of the cool thing about Gold Wings, is usually I would bring a tool kit and tire plug, and like just all this stuff to prepare for a trip. But with Gold Wings, hey man, you can pretty much just point it in direction and go forever, even when it's a $1,500 piece of crap. Dude, Waynesboro, what a cool looking town. I always bitch about the gentrification in Tampa driving the prices up. I could probably afford this place in Waynesboro for Brapstar Garage. I mean, of course, you know, then you're in the middle of freak nowhere. I mean, it's a really cool town, but I think I like living in the city a little too much to put myself out here. Well, where I'm at now is, I'm not sure if I'm going to get into Helen in time to eat. It is a small little mountain town, even though it's a resort town, and it's Monday, so I'm pretty sure all the restaurants close up early. I'm supposed to roll in around 10 p.m. right now, and I might be rolling into Helen and going to bed hungry. Ah, well, I'm not really going to visit Helen. It's just a destination, and the roads are getting interesting, and it feels good. It feels good to be putting down miles. Man, sometimes you just get that itch, and you gotta scratch it, and there's nothing else that will do. There's absolutely nothing else that will do besides just putting your bike on the road and going. Motorhead, take me on home, and then the last 90 miles, of course, that last stretch, about 7 miles before I got to Helen, was where the FXR died on me too, so fingers crossed history doesn't repeat itself. And it looks like there is one bar open till midnight. It's called Big Daddy's Tavern, and it's the only place open past 10 o'clock. So that's where I'm headed, baby. Oh, cut me some slack here. Are you gonna make me ride these mountain roads in the dark rain? Come on, man. Let me roll into Helen triumphant without being rained on. That would be so nice. But it looks like Mother Nature might have other plans for me. It looks like a storm's whipping up right now. Oh, buddy, this is looking bad. I'd be enjoying these curvy roads a lot more if I could see through my freaking windshield. I even tried turtle wax. Someone's like, turtle wax, that's what does it. Put turtle wax on this windshield and do crap. Rain-X doesn't work, turtle wax doesn't work. Someone else said lemon pledge. Dude, I'm just not buying it, all right? All right, we're getting a break in the rain. Please. I really, really don't want to be riding these in the dark and the rain, okay? I mean, I'll do it. In for a penny, in for a pound, baby. I'm already here. Just if I had to choose, it'd be not rain, okay? Oh, I can already tell it's pouring up there. Oh, crap. Oh, man. I can see the mountains, sort of. They're shrouded in rain right now. Well, that's what you get for not planning at all and just throwing it to the wind and heading out. There we go again. Oh, man. I swear to Bob, I'm taking the freaking cutting wheel to this windshield when I get back home. Oh yeah, it's raining now, baby. God damn it. Oh, here we go. Whoa, that's the real problem. It's like not very safe even now, not really being able to see through it, but once a car comes with their headlights on, that's all over, dude.
Well, gang, there is nothing worse than heading out in the rain. It's one thing to get rained on, it's one thing to leave in the rain. And no, I didn't make it to Helen, Georgia. Once again, it eludes my grasp.
Next time, Gadget. I promise I'll get you next time.
More on that later. when I get this gold wing somewhere where it isn't raining. Hopefully, between here and home, it doesn't rain at least some point.
Hot, wet gloves. Not exactly the most fun thing to put on. Sliding your fingers into some hot, loose leather. Oh, reminds me of a girl I knew. Well, I've never pooped at a Kroger before, so we can cross that one off the list. Homeward bound, baby. Once again, leaving just short of my goal. I should probably explain what happened now that it's finally decided to stop raining. Stop raining for now, at least. I'm sure in between here and Tampa, I've got rain in my future. So freaking close, man. And let me tell you, you know, I'm not a quitter. It takes a lot to make me give up. But man, the rain started coming down so hard on those dark mountain roads. And it's almost impossible to see through this windshield. And the roads aren't lit, and there's no markers on the road. And eventually, I had to stop. I just had to turn around, and I had to go. I had passed a town called Athens, which is about 40 miles outside of Helen. And I just said, I got to stay here. And when I tell you, it takes a lot for me to pull over. Like, it takes a lot for me to throw in the towel and say, I'm going to stop here because the weather's too bad and I can't see what's going on. It was bad. I can't believe, once again, heading back to Tampa, empty-handed. I can't even get as close as the FXR did. Old Krusty Glide. Barf Party got within like 7 miles of Helen, and I was almost 40 miles outside of it on the Bangkok Bagger. It couldn't even do as good as Barf Party? Of course, this one was all me, not the bike. Old Josh chickened out, man. Had to pull off, said it was too rainy and dark, and I got scared. Ah, well, let me tell you guys, I'm not gonna apologize or feel bad about pulling off. I probably should have pulled off and stopped somewhere way before I did. Oh my God, Helen it just remains a mystery. What is it like there? Are the people nice? Does it even exist? It's Schrödinger City right now. I have no idea if Helen exists or not because I've tried to go multiple times and the universe is just keeping me away from there. It's just like, hey, it doesn't actually exist, which is why just like something happens to keep me from actually reaching it every single time. You win this time, Helen, but mark my words, Shade Tree Surgeon will return. The Swamp Wizard will come back with a vengeance and wreak havoc upon the town of Helen. You just wait. Yeah, third time's a charm, right, baby? Till next time, y'all, keep it weird.